Let's tackle the biggest question in tabletop gaming right now. What exactly is the 2024 Dungeons & Dragons update? If you've been rolling dice in the 2014 5th edition, you've definitely heard the debates. Today, we're strictly using the official source material to break down how the game is actually evolving and what it means for your next campaign.
We'll be covering the 2024 edition explained, streamlining the rules, reimagining character origins, the weapon mastery system, and how those masteries actually work in combat.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the 2024 edition explained. A major revision, not a new game.
Okay, first things first, let's clear up a massive misconception in the community. This is absolutely not a completely new edition of D&D, it's a backwards compatible revision. The official text makes it crystal clear. The core system, rolling a 20 and adding your modifier, is exactly the same. But the 2024 versions officially replace the older mechanics, so you aren't throwing your game away, you're just giving it a serious upgrade.
The designers actually put a huge spotlight on this right on the introductory page. Right out of the gate, they're highlighting things like easier character creation, a brand new rules glossary, and massively upgraded weapons. Which brings us to Section 2, streamlining the rules and finding things faster.
Look, if you've ever had to pause a super tense combat encounter just to furiously flip through the 2014 Handbook trying to figure out how a specific condition actually works, you are gonna love this. The 2024 version points you to a brand new, unified rules glossary. Now, if you look up a rule like Inspiration, it takes you straight to one centralized entry. It's all about reducing friction and keeping your table completely immersed in the story.
All right, Section 3, reimagining character origins. Moving beyond races.
So, there's been a pretty massive philosophical shift when it comes to character creation. In the old 2014 Handbook, your character's background and their physical traits were heavily bundled together under the term races, and that largely dictated your core stat bumps. But the 2024 rulebook changes that completely. It replaces races with origins. Now, your origin is defined by combining two totally separate things: your background and your species. Basically, it separates your character's cultural history from their physical lineage.
And the book promises this makes creating a character, quote, easier than ever before. And honestly, it kind of does. By decoupling those rigid stat bonuses from your species, you aren't mechanically punished anymore for picking a wild or unconventional species-class combo. You can finally build exactly the optimized hero you want without feeling like you're holding yourself back.
Let's move on to Section 4. The Weapon Mastery System. Upgrading combat.
Guys, this is arguably the single biggest tactical upgrade for martial characters in this entire revision. For years, fighters and barbarians have been begging for more choices than just saying, I swing my sword. The 2024 rules finally answer that with the Mastery property. Your weapons aren't just static damage dice anymore. They are dynamic, tactical tools.
Every weapon now has one of these specific mastery properties assigned to it. And if your class gives you the mastery feature for that weapon, you unlock these crazy extra effects every single time you land a hit.
So let's look at Section 5, Mastery Properties in Combat, a tactical breakdown.
Martial players now have an insane variety of battlefield control and damage options right at their fingertips. And the best part is, you don't need to cast a single spell to use them. These don't just buff your damage, they give you distinct tactical roles, like moving enemies around or setting up your allies for massive hits.
Let's talk about pure efficiency for a second, because some of these are wild. Graze is incredible. If you completely miss your attack, you still deal damage equal to your ability modifier, so no more entirely wasted turns. And then there's Nick, which is a huge buff for two-weapon fighting. It bundles your extra offhand attack right into your main attack action, completely freeing up your bonus action for something else.
And for battlefield control, it's a total game changer. The Push Mastery lets you knock a creature 10 feet back, and there's no contested check. It literally just happens on a hit. Topple forces a Constitution save, and if they fail, they fall prone, giving all your melee buddies advantage. Then you've got Sap, which slaps disadvantage on an enemy's next attack. It is a brilliant defensive tool.
What this all means is that the 2024 revision brings martial classes up to a totally new tier of play. You aren't just managing your hit points anymore, you're manipulating the physical space of the battlefield, you're swapping weapons mid-fight to access different masteries, and you're making highly impactful tactical decisions on every single turn.
We've seen the evidence directly from the new rules, Between the highly efficient glossary, the complete reimagining of character origins, and that deeply tactical weapon mastery system, the game has undeniably evolved. So, the question is your adventuring party ready to make the switch?